It's been described as one of the finest organs in the country, installed by William Hill in 1894. And last time on Pipewatch, we met the organ builders working on all 5,286 pipes to bring them into the 21st century and make them sound at concert pitch. Now that we've seen those pipes removed, boxed up and winched out of the organ, it's time to follow them to Harrison & Harrison's workshop in Durham. So let's continue our journey, heading behind the scenes on the project of a lifetime, in the fourth instalment of Pipewatch. Established in the 19th century, Harrison & Harrison has 150 years' experience at building and restoring organs, from King's College, Cambridge to Westminster Abbey, and most of their work is carried out in their workshop in Durham.
Essentially, an organ begins life as just wood and metal, and then becomes an organ by everyone in here playing their part in a well-oiled machine to create a musical instrument, and then I come at the end and make it sound good. So it's a big team effort to get from raw materials into a musical instrument.
The team is spread across Harrison's sprawling workshop, with craftsmen busy putting together each individual component of not only Peterborough's organ, but instruments for Bedford, King's College and many more besides. No matter the size of organ though, they start their time at Harrison's in the same place, the loading area.
And what you'll see out here is when the organs come in, they're unloaded from the wagon and brought in here, and each organ gets allocated a bay where things can be stored. And if you turn to your right, you'll see some of the biggest pipes that have come back from Peterborough, which are still waiting to be lengthened.
And from the loading bay to the metal shop, where that work happens.
Hello, I'm Kelvin, and I'm one of the pipe makers here, and we're currently in the metal shop. We have Les over here as well, working on some pipes for Peterborough. And in here we predominantly work with metal organ pipes. So Les is currently working on the great harmonic flutes for Peterborough. So what Les is doing, he'll go through the whole set of pipes, he'll repair them, so any lumps or bumps or dents, he'll sort of take those out. And you can also see that he's preparing some new extensions for the pipes, because of course we're having to make the pipes longer. So he's sort of currently working on the smaller extensions for the top notes of the stop.
So now that the pipes have been in the metal shop and they've now come through into the voicing room, and as you can see they've got a nice new shiny bit on the end, and what the metal shop have done is they've cut a small piece of the old metal off and kept that for preservation, and they have soldered on a nice new long piece of metal, and you'll notice it's got a kind of similar pattern, the kind of spotted pattern, and we've done this to keep it consistent. So what we're doing here, we've got this rather high-tech looking machine here, and this is set up at A equals 443. So it's slightly sharper than the pitch that the organ will be, and that's so that when we cut the pipes down we have a bit of margin on the tuning slide, so in the change of season we can still make it a little bit sharper or a little bit flatter. So what I've done is I've put the pipe on the voicing machine, which is like a kind of miniature organ which we use for doing this kind of work. And I've played the note, and the machine has told me exactly how much to cut off this pipe. And because this is quite a skinny scale, I've added just a couple of mil extra. So I've marked that, and I'll now start to cut the top of the pipe off. This tends to look a little bit brutal, but I don't think the pipes mind too much. And we go back on the voicing machine, and if all goes to plan, it should give me the exact note that I'm looking for.
And of course it's not just Peterborough's pipes which need to change, but the stops as well.
And what you'll see is we've already created a new hole here for the new 16-foot open wood, which is an extension of that one. So we're just waiting for the new knob to go in there. And we've also amended something on the choir here where we're making a small change there when we get to the choir section. So there'll be another knob put in there, and this, you can see this one's been erased and it'll soon be re-engraved. And behind there, that's what these look like. We've got electric solenoids, so that when you press a piston, the electromagnet comes on and the stop moves either in or out.
So from pipes to stops, the Peterborough organ is getting a complete facelift, but it will still be uniquely Peterborough.
Of course, we have our own house style when it comes to making new pipe work. But in this example of making a new tuba for Peterborough, we're not making it in the Harrison style as such, but we're actually copying an existing example made by Hill for Westminster Central Hall. So it's a roughly contemporary stop. And so we're copying really sort of minute details in relation to the scale of the pipework, the materials that are used, and of course the sound that it will produce in the end. So it will really sort of blend in with the rest of the instrument.
Only time will tell how Peterborough's organ will sound when it's all back in situ. In the meantime, the organ builders continue their meticulous work on every inch of the instrument, and cathedral life continues without it. Join us next time to find out how the choir and organists have coped when Pipewatch continues.